My husband faked amnesia to move his pregnant mistress into our home. After my husband's car accident, he claimed to have forgotten me completely but somehow remembered to get his charity case pregnant. When his memory returned, he fell to his knees sobbing. Sophia, that was all a mistake from when I lost my memory. You're the only one I love. Once she has the baby, I'll send her away. After 5 years together, I chose to forgive him. But shortly after Lily gave birth, she got pregnant again. When I confronted them at the hospital, I finally understood Marcus had faked his amnesia to bring home his pregnant mistress. I clenched my fists, staring him down. He stammered, groveling. The second baby was an accident. I was celebrating the first one, had too much to drink and... Sophia, you're understanding, right? You get it? My voice was ice. It's her or me. Choose. His face instantly hardened. If she hadn't saved me from that accident, I'd be dead. She's the mother of my child now. I have responsibilities. The last shred of hope in my heart crumbled to dust. I turned and walked away, dialing a number I hadn't called in years. That promise from 10 years ago, does it still stand? A low chuckle came through the phone. It does. Chapter 1. I'd barely ended the call and taken 2 steps when Lily suddenly dropped to her knees, clinging to my legs. Mrs. Harrison, I don't want anything. I just want to be near Marcus and our baby. Please don't send me away. She cradled her belly, tears streaming down her face. The baby is innocent. I won't compete with you for anything, I promise. Please. Marcus immediately pulled her up, cradling her protectively while his eyes turned cold and hard on me. Lily's suffering through pregnancy and childbirth for me. Since I can't give her legal status, the least I can do is give her a wedding ceremony. We'll have it on the baby's first birthday. My pupils contracted, blood draining from my face, lips trembling speechlessly. My mother-in-law stood nearby, holding her grandson with a beaming smile. Sensing the tension, she quickly intervened. Now, Lily's carrying another baby. Let's not make a scene. After all, she's given our family an ersatz no small thing. The ceremony is just for show. Don't be petty about it. You'll always be the real Mrs. Harrison. I stared in disbelief. How dare you? Marcus, have you forgotten your wedding vows? You promised to love only me. Now you're pushing every boundary for some trashy mistress. What am I to you? His face darkened. Lily is not trash. I'm telling you, not asking. This ceremony is happening whether you like it or not. I dug my nails into my palms, but all I felt was my heart tearing apart. Looking at this man before me, I felt like I was seeing a stranger for the first time. Lily suddenly grabbed my hand, a triumphant smile playing at her lips. Please don't be angry, Mrs. Harrison. Marcus just pities me. Don't let me affect your relationship. Oh. Your jade bracelet is gorgeous. Could I borrow it for the ceremony? Just to look presentable? This bracelet was the only thing. My mother left me. I never took it off. When I didn't respond, Lily released my hand with feigned disappointment. Forgive me, Mrs. Harrison. I'm just a small-town girl who's never seen such fine jewelry. Never mind, I don't deserve it anyway. Marcus looked conflicted, but after hesitating, his voice softened. I should have prepared wedding jewelry for Lily. Just lend it to her. She'll return it after the ceremony. I laughed coldly. Marcus, now you're making decisions about my belongings? His face turned thunderous. He grabbed my wrist, grinding out through clenched teeth, it's just a bracelet. I'll buy you 20 tomorrow. I struggled free, suppressing my rage, and removed the bracelet with a bitter smile. Since you want it so badly, take it. The moment Lily reached for it, I let go. The bracelet shattered on the floor with a crisp crack. In that sound, 5 years of love became nothing but debris. Lily used the chaos to grab a shard and cut the baby's arm. The child in my mother-in-law's arms wailed in pain. Lily pointed at the wound, sobbing accusingly. Mrs. Harrison, do you hate me and my baby that much? Take your anger out on me, but why hurt an innocent child? Marcus's apologetic expression instantly transformed to fury as he roared at me. Sophia. After all these years of marriage, I never knew you were this vicious. To hurt an innocent baby. From today, you're not to leave your room. Before I could respond, security guards dragged me from the hospital and locked me in our bedroom. I laughed bitterly, despair spreading through my chest. The next day, Marcus surprisingly brought my favorite strawberry cake, holding my hand with unusual humility. Sophia, I was too emotional yesterday. I shouldn't have yelled. But the baby was hurt, I had to answer to my parents. You understand, right? Lily's forgiving. Since you have experience, if you help her choose a wedding dress, we'll call it even about the baby. Okay? So his kindness was just to ensure his mistress had a proper ceremony. I yanked my hand away coldly. No. He froze. Before, he only had to frown slightly and I'd immediately apologize and try to cheer him up. But now, my expression remained stone cold. His face darkened, voice turning icy. You're going whether you want to or not. He literally dragged me to the bridal shop. The moment we entered, Lily sauntered over in a wedding dress. I'm surprised Mrs. Harrison came. Marcus really has influence. With your help, I'm sure to find the perfect dress. She smiled coyly, pulling Marcus toward the fitting room. The zippers stuck. Help me, Marcus. He glanced at me, but I didn't give him a single look. He snorted and wrapped his arm around Lily's waist, storming into the fitting room. Soon, breathy moans came from inside. Through the half-open door, I saw two bodies pressed together. Little minx, behave. My wife's right outside. Lily pouted. You promised to repay my life debt with your body. Besides, my parents died because of you. You can't go back on your word. Don't you love the thrill? The door's locked, she won't see. Fine, whatever you want. His Adam's apple bobbed as he kissed her collarbone hungrily. Through the door crack, Lily shot me a triumphant smile and made a victory sign. So this was why Lily wanted me at the bridal shop. To flaunt their affair right in my face. Nausea rolled through me along with a chill up my spine, making me tremble. I recorded the evidence and sent it to my lawyer. Turning away, my eyes fell on Marcus's phone on the couch. I picked it up and easily unlocked it. Did have a secret account. Switching to it, a group chat called Trophy Wives Club instantly popped up. Scrolling through the messages, I found nothing but his friends' praise. Marcus' legendary wife at home, mistress on the side, and they coexist peacefully. Teach us your ways. If I could have one on each arm, I'd die happy. Marcus replied, just comes down to my charm. Both women can't live without me. Especially Sophia, so in love she'd give me her heart. If I so much as frown, they both fall over themselves to please me, smirk emoji. Each word cut like a knife while the sounds from the fitting room stabbed my already shredded heart. Fighting back tears, I slipped the divorce papers between the wedding planning documents. 10 minutes later. He emerged, clothes adjusted but avoiding my eyes. I flipped to the signature page and handed him a pen. The wedding planning contract. Sign it. He looked at me in surprise but signed without reading. Sophia, you're being so reasonable. I said flatly, nice dress. I won't intrude further. Marcus reached out to stop me, but Lily's call pulled him back to the fitting room. I smiled bitterly and left with the signed divorce papers. After packing my things, I booked a flight to Chicago for 3 days later. Soon after, Marcus kicked down my door, face purple with rage, grabbing a vase to throw at me. Sophia, how can you be so evil? Not only did you send threatening texts about Lily and the baby, you posted videos online calling her a homewrecker. Blood trickled from where the vase hit my forehead, the pain making me gasp. Another one of Lily's tricks. I laughed coldly. Isn't that exactly what Lily is? He froze, suddenly speechless. His eyes darted away, voice strained. You must attend the wedding and birthday party. Apologize to Lily, or what will people think? How will the child face the world? And put the baby on the family register under your name. It's not like your barren womb can produce children anyway. He stared at my stomach with malicious contempt, deliberately twisting the knife. Then he left without looking back. My pupils dilated, breath catching. 5 years ago, I'd shielded him from a burning beam that crushed my abdomen. I could no longer have children. He'd held my face then, saying, no kids is better. I can spoil you like my little girl forever. When the Harrison family threatened to disown him, he knelt in their ancestral hall declaring he'd rather have no heir than betray me. Now that sacrifice had become his weapon against me. Fine. I'd give them what they wanted. Chapter 2. The wedding and birthday party used traditional ceremony elements. During the fire-jumping ritual, Lily accidentally kicked over the brazier, sending burning coals flying at me. Searing pain shot through my calf as skin instantly charred and blistered. Within seconds, the entire venue erupted in flames. I instinctively looked for Marcus, only to see him carrying the baby, hand in hand with Lily. He glanced back at me once, then without hesitation, led Lily and child out of the inferno, leaving me to be trampled in the chaos. The crack of breaking ribs was lost in the screams. Smoke filled my throat like burning cotton. My vision blurred. I thought I saw him fighting to come back. But Lily wrapped her arms around him from behind, voice trembling. Marcus, don't leave me. I'm scared. Let go. Sophia's still in there. Marcus struggled against her hold. When I woke, I was in the hospital, legs wrapped in bandages. Marcus sat by my bed, eyes red-rimmed, gripping my hand with guilt written across his face. Sophia, you're finally awake. You scared me to death. I thought I'd lost you forever. I jerked my hand away, disgust clear on my face. Does it hurt? Let me get the doctor. Marcus looked pained, practically running to find help. I didn't want to see his nauseating face. Another second. This place was suffocating. I pulled out the 4 and limped toward the exit. At the stairwell, Lily's voice stopped me. Hold it. I tried to ignore her, but she grabbed me. Noticing the baby in her arms, my voice turned cold. Let go, Lily. She smirked, dropping all pretense. Look at our high and mighty Mrs. Harrison, running away like a beaten dog. Fighting me? You're out of your league. Did you see? When it mattered most, Marcus chose me and our baby. A rich princess like you, stepped on by a nobody like me. Stop acting so superior. You're holier than thou. Attitude makes me sick. Venom flashed in her eyes. I'm taking your place as Mrs. Harrison. And I'll make sure you live forever in Marcus's hatred. Holding the baby, she threw herself backward down 20 steps. The 1-year-old's wails mixed with blood pooling beneath her, spreading in a shocking red stain. Feeling the blood, she screamed. Hospital staff rushed toward us. Marcus pushed through the crowd, racing down to cradle Lily. She sobbed hysterically, shaking. The baby. Our baby's gone. Marcus's temples bulged with rage, eyes burning as he glared at me, fists clenched tight. Sophia, are you even human? Lily came to check on you despite her injuries. And this is how you repay her? You tried to kill her and the baby. I bit my lip hard, nails digging into my palms. It wasn't me. I never touched her. My mother-in-law slapped me viciously. Bitch. Still lying. If anything happens to my grandson, I'll destroy you. She continued her vicious curses while frantically taking the baby to find a doctor. What are you waiting for? Get Lily to a doctor. Marcus scooped up Lily and rushed to surgery without a backward glance. Even strangers called me evil, saying anyone who'd hurt a child deserved to be torn apart. But I'd done nothing. Why was I taking the blame? Marcus cheated first, Lily provoked me after. Lily was the one who wanted me dead. I burst into hysterical laughter that turned into gut-wrenching sobs, curling up on the floor. Wiping my tears, I headed straight to the airport. Before boarding, Lily's social media popped up. I'll always be his priority. The photo showed Marcus holding the baby with one arm while feeding her soup. I liked it and commented, Marcus and I are divorced. Wishing you both eternal love and many children. Then I blocked everyone and hired a courier to deliver the divorce papers. Just before turning off my phone, it exploded with calls. Marcus clutched the divorce papers, pacing the hospital room, calling me over and over. Sweat beaded on his forehead, throat tight. Answer the phone. But all he got was the automated, call cannot be completed, until finally phone off. Still not giving up, he opened our chat to send, what's this tantrum about? A red exclamation mark appeared, piercing his eyes. Before, no matter whose fault it was, Sophia would throw a fit, then soon apologize for her temper. But now, she wasn't apologizing. She'd blocked him completely and threatened divorce. Thinking back over recent events, he suddenly realized. Sophia had changed since learning about Lily's second pregnancy. First the big scene. Then gradually pulling away, growing cold. Even when he was intimate with another woman, she no longer got jealous. She'd even wished them happiness. Part of him had been pleased when he thought she'd pushed Lily down the stairs. It proved she still loved him. But how had it come to divorce? His chest tightened more and more, breathing growing labored. Lily caught his agitation, satisfaction flashing in her eyes. Mrs. Harrison's just having a tantrum. She always does this, probably scared we'll blame her for my miscarriage. Give her a few days to cool off. Marcus frowned, glancing at her coldly. You don't know Sophia. She never used to make such scenes. At most, she'd stay at the downtown penthouse. For a few days, then come back to make up. Lily's eyes welled up, looking pitiful with pale lips trembling. It's all my fault. If I'd been more careful, we wouldn't have lost the baby. Now our son's in the ICU. If we lose him too, how will I live? Mrs. Harrison's never had children. She doesn't understand when your child hurts, it tears your heart out. I'd die for him. Watching her pitiful act, Marcus's initial panic instantly shifted to anger. His face darkened as he ground out, let her throw her tantrum. If not for her, we wouldn't have lost our second child. He pulled her close, comforting softly, don't cry, Lily. When you're better, we'll have more children. After settling Lily, Marcus leaned against the window, lighting a cigarette. Though he said otherwise, he kept waiting for Sophia's apology. He scrolled through his phone obsessively, so distracted he didn't even hear Lily calling that she was in pain. Only when the nurse came to remind him about the four did he remember the pale woman in the bed. Looking guilty, he explained nervously, Lily, I have some company business to handle. The staff will take care of you. Be good. Despite Lily's obvious reluctance, Marcus grabbed the divorce papers and left. Staring at those 5 words divorce agreement, his agitation grew stronger. He slammed the steering wheel, cursing. Flooring the accelerator, he raced home, desperate to see Sophia again. Sophia. He burst through the door to find darkness. Searching the entire house yielded no sign of her, no response. Looking around, he realized everything connected to them had vanished. Their wedding photos on the walls, matching couples' outfits, handmade clay figures. He roared in frustration, about to question the housekeeper. The housekeeper, face pale with fear, stammered, Mr. Harrison, Mrs. Harrison ordered everything thrown away. But I saw her staring at this painting, lost in thought. It seemed important, so I kept it. She handed him a photo. It was from their college debate competition. Marcus and Sophia were opponents. The perpetual champion, he'd lost to her. She held the trophy, smiling brilliantly. In that instant, Marcus had fallen completely for her radiant smile. After the competition, he'd gathered courage to ask for her number. After a year of persistent pursuit, Sophia finally became his girlfriend. For him, she gave up studying abroad, helping him build his company step by step. For him, she pulled all-nighters on proposals, drank with clients until she needed her stomach pumped. For him, a privileged princess learned to cook, taking care of him for 5 faithful years. For him, she'd nearly died. He suddenly remembered the day at the bridal shop, she'd been packing when he came home. But he'd been so focused on his anger, he'd stormed out. Since Lily appeared, he'd slowly stopped considering Sophia's feelings, pushing her boundaries again and again. His gaze unfocused, pupils dilating into vacant black holes. From the corner of his eye, he spotted wedding rings on the vanity, the ones he'd placed on Sophia's finger. She'd treasured them for 5 years, never taking them off. But now they sat there, abandoned. This time, Sophia was really leaving him. He cradled the ring and collapsed to his knees, fingers digging into his hair, shoulders shaking violently. His hands suddenly dropped limp. The divorce papers scattered on the floor, a USB drive rolling to his feet. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Lily raged at Marcus's departure, sweeping everything off the bedside table. Glass shattered throughout the room. Eyes bloodshot, fists clenched, she cursed Sophia viciously. She grabbed her phone, screaming at whoever answered, "Find Sophia. This time I'll make sure she's completely destroyed." Marcus frantically opened his laptop to find a single video on the USB. The bridal shop footage showed him and Lily entangled, captured crystal clear. Dragging to the end, he saw Lily's triumphant victory sign. For the first time, he realized how suspicious Lily was. Face dark, he called his assistant. "Investigate. Find out everything about Lily." Within hours, the assistant burst in with a stack of documents, sweat beading on his forehead. "Sir, we found it. Lily researched your route in advance. She had her parents walk there, making you think you'd hit them. They saved your life. But her parents were already terminal cancer patients. She used your guilt and gratitude to latch onto you. Hospital security footage shows Mrs. Harrison never touched her. She threw herself down those stairs. The baby's injury and the wedding fire were all Lily's doing. And we discovered Lily has other men." As each truth emerged, Marcus's expression grew darker, rage boiling inside. "Get the baby's DNA tested immediately." An hour later, Marcus crushed the paternity report, staring at the results. Not his child. The doctor looked at him curiously, handing him another report. "Mr. Harrison, didn't your wife tell you? You have a condition that makes it nearly impossible to father children." He staggered back, hands crumpling both reports into waste. Thinking of all Sophia had endured, guilt and regret consumed him. His eyes went numb as he stumbled home, curling against the wall, figure thin and broken. The door suddenly opened. He looked up hopefully. "Sophia?" Seeing Lily instead, the light in his eyes died. She knelt beside him, pulling his hand, voice sweet. "Honey, what's wrong?" Marcus jerked away in disgust. "Don't call me that." She stared in disbelief. This morning at the hospital they'd been loving. What changed? Looking down, she saw documents about her scattered everywhere. Her expression froze. Eyes darting nervously, she whined with guilt. "I can explain." He stared coldly. "Lily, drop the act. I know everything you've done." Tears welling, she clutched his hand. "No, those men, they're just ex-boyfriends. I broke up with them ages ago. I only targeted Sophia because I love you. I was afraid she'd take you away. Afraid you'd abandon me and the baby. Think about our child. Do you want him growing up without a mother?" His eyes turned glacial as he grabbed her wrist and flung her down. "How dare you mention the child? Look at this." He threw the paternity test in her face. "Pack your things and get out." She lay there pathetically. "Marcus, how can you be so heartless? Don't I mean anything to you? Were all these years just an act?" Marcus suppressed his rage, turning away silently. Lily's mask shattered, revealing her twisted sneer. "What, planning to win back Sophia? Too late. I can't wait to see her suffering. It thrills me." He rushed over, hands around her throat. "Touch her and I'll make you disappear." She laughed maniacally. His grip tightened as he roared, "What did you do to Sophia?" Chapter 3. I'd already landed in Chicago. Outside the airport, sitting in a Rolls-Royce, was Chicago's most eligible bachelor, Adrian Cross. As soon as I got in, Adrian handed me a stack of documents. All his assets, plus a medical report. His eyes were earnest. "Sophia, I'm clean. I swear I haven't been with any of those women. The tabloid stories are all fake. I hired them to act so my parents would stop pressuring me about marriage. You know you're the only one I've ever wanted. I remember our promise from 10 years ago. I've always been here if you just turn around." The Millers and Crosses were close. Adrian and I grew up together. 10 years ago, he'd made me a promise: "If you're still single at 30, I'll marry you." Teenage uncertainty made me hesitate. Then family tragedy struck, college separated us, and Marcus pursued me relentlessly. Gradually, I'd let go of my feelings for Adrian. Meeting again, he was still devastatingly handsome. I smiled teasingly. "Really? The notorious Chicago playboy has been celibate?" He pointed to the medical report, pouting. "Look if you don't believe me. Or you could verify personally." My face flushed red. But he noticed the exhaustion in my eyes, looking at me with concern. "Sophia, you've lost weight." He hired Michelin-starred chefs for me. When the heat killed my appetite, he spent entire days in the kitchen perfecting dishes, trying everything to make me smile. My work-damaged stomach actually healed under Adrian's care. One day, after getting caught in light rain, Adrian insisted on drying my hair personally. The bed shifted and I lost balance, instinctively grabbing his shirt. He leaned forward as I fell, our lips meeting accidentally. His ears reddened, Adam's apple bobbing as he quickly stood, stammering, "I made ginger tea. I'll get it." I watched him flee shyly and smiled. Opening the door, he found his parents eavesdropping. "Mom, Dad, what are you doing here?" Mrs. Cross winked. "The staff reported it, but I didn't believe them. You're actually serious about someone." Mr. Cross clapped his shoulder proudly. "That's my boy." I walked over, greeting them awkwardly. "Mr. and Mrs. Cross, it's been too long." When they saw it was me, their eyes widened. Adrian's mystery woman is Sophia. Our families were so close. After your parents passed, you're like our own daughter. No daughter-in-law. See, I'm already mixing it up. We'll spoil you like our own. Adrian groaned, Mom. Are you trying to scare away my wife? Mrs. Cross covered her mouth laughing. Right, daughter-in-law. My mouth runs too fast. After some pleasantries, the Crosses left to give us privacy. The next day, I went out to buy them gifts but was cornered by thugs in an alley. The leader leered at me. You're Sophia. Someone paid for a night with you. Just please us boys and we'll let you go. I backed away, trying to negotiate. Whatever they're paying, I'll double it. Let me go. But they stared hungrily, ignoring my words. Rough hands tore my dress, calloused palms scraping my face. I squeezed my eyes shut, screaming, Adrian. Help me. Suddenly, cries of pain erupted around me. Adrian's foot pressed the leader's face into the ground, expression dark and terrifying. Veins bulged in his arms beneath his sleeves, voice dripping ice. Touching my woman? Looking for death? He immediately shed his jacket to cover me, apologizing repeatedly. Sophia, I'm sorry. I should never leave your side. I'm here now. You're safe. Don't be scared. I threw myself into his arms, clinging to his shirt, tears falling instantly. His warm chest and woodsy cologne somehow soothed my frayed nerves. Worried about my trauma, Adrian stayed by my side all night. Watching him doze by my bed, long-buried feelings began stirring again. The next morning, staff informed me someone was at the door. Marcus. He looked terrible. Once sharp features now gaunt, cheekbones protruding, dark shadows under his eyes. Before I could speak, he dropped to his knees. Sophia, I'm sorry. I know the truth now. I was wrong about everything. But Lily deceived me. Once I learned the truth, I came straight here. You're the only one I've ever loved. Everything with Lily was a misunderstanding. Please come back with me. Let's start over. I won't make mistakes again. I laughed coldly. Marcus, don't you see how pathetic you look? Are you completely blameless? You didn't just betray our relationship, you lied about amnesia, hurt me repeatedly for Lily. You kept assuming I was the villain. 5 years together and you couldn't even give me basic trust. Marcus, your regret comes too late. We're divorced. It's over. The Sophia who revolved around you is dead. He grabbed my hand, slapping himself with it. Hit me, yell at me, whatever helps. Just please. I yanked away in disgust. He slapped himself repeatedly, apologizing over and over. But no matter his performance, I felt nothing. I turned to go inside, telling the staff casually, there's a crazy man outside. Ignore him. Marcus camped outside the mansion for a week until a servant, disgusted, spat at him. What trash dares show his face here? Miss Sophia was almost assaulted. If not for our young master saving her, your mistress would have destroyed her. Marcus went white. What? His mind blanked. Remembering Lily's threats, he raced back frantically. After that, he never appeared again. When staff told me, I was puzzled. They explained the thugs were sent by Lily, already imprisoned by Adrian. Later, I heard when the Harrison parents learned the truth, their beloved grandson was instantly cast aside in disgust. They called begging my forgiveness until I blocked them all. Marcus dumped Lily and the child in a rural village under guard, never to leave. Lily's dream was high society. Marcus made sure it stayed a dream. But none of it mattered anymore. The Harrisons were nothing to me now. 6 months later, I accepted Adrian's proposal. Marcus somehow got an invitation and crashed the wedding. He burst into my dressing room, grabbing my hand. Sophia, come with me. Adrian's no good a playboy who's had countless women. He probably has diseases. I shook him off coldly. He's not good enough. And you are? Marcus, your ego is astronomical. He looked hurt and guilty. Sophia, I've punished Lily. She'll never bother you again. I really was wrong. Even if you won't forgive me, I can't watch you jump into another fire. Before I could respond, Adrian appeared, arms sliding around my waist, fingers gently caressing my chin. From today, you're mine. Better not attract any more persistent dogs. Your husband gets jealous. He turned to Marcus, eyes flashing cold, voice dripping ice. A drowning rat spreading lies about me to my wife? Who let him in? Do you all want to lose your jobs? Security immediately dragged Marcus out. Marcus screamed desperately, Sophia, don't marry him. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Sophia. Until his voice completely faded. Adrian took my hand, leading me down the aisle. Wife, you're beautiful today. I smiled. Only today? He whispered in my ear, breath warm. My wife is beautiful every day. Surrounded by family and friends' blessings, we became husband and wife. Later, I heard Marcus caught something from Lily, requiring lifelong medication. A year later, I had twins. The boy took my surname, the girl took Adrian's. He kissed my forehead gently. Joy overflowing. Sophia, I'm so glad I never gave up. I finally have you. I was grateful too that fate's winding path led me to my true love. The end.